Your cat can tell when something about you isn't real, not what you say, but when something doesn't match. And the strange part is, you don't even notice when it happens, but your cat does every single time. That moment when your cat suddenly stops and stares at you isn't random. It's your cat picking up on something you just gave away. And if you've been ignoring it, you may have been reading your cat wrong this whole time. First, it only happens after you change. You think your cat reacts randomly, but it doesn't. It always happens right after you change something. Like when your tone shifts, you act calm when you're not, or you try to hide something, even something small. Your mood changes, and your cat notices instantly. It pauses, looks at you, locks in, and becomes completely still or suddenly alert. It feels like it came out of nowhere, but it didn't. It happened right after you changed. Not before, not randomly, but right after. And here's what most people miss. Your cat isn't reacting to what you said. It's reacting to what didn't match. Second, your words mean nothing. You think your cat hears what you're saying, but it doesn't. Your words don't matter. You can say nothing happened, act normal, and pretend everything's fine. Your cat doesn't understand any of that. And yet, it still reacts the exact moment something changes. That's the strange part, because if it's not your words, then it's reacting to something else, something you didn't say. Third, you gave yourself away. You think you stayed the same, but you didn't. Something about you changed. Your voice gets a little tighter, slightly different. Your breathing shifts just a bit. You move in a way you normally don't. Even your eyes hesitate or avoid for a second. And the thing is, you don't notice any of this because you're focused on what you're doing, not how you're doing it. But your cat notices instantly. Cats don't follow your words. They follow your patterns. And the moment something doesn't match, they lock onto it. You didn't feel the change, but your cat saw it instantly. And to your cat, that change means something. If you understand what your cat is actually doing here, hit the like and subscribe. That's how we keep making videos like this for people who actually care about their cat. Fourth, you just became hard to read. You think your cat is just watching you, but it's not. It's checking you, trying to figure out if you're still safe. Because to your cat, everything is based on patterns, what you normally do and how you normally act. But when something doesn't match, it creates uncertainty. In that moment, you become harder to read, less predictable, and that's where things change. For your cat, unpredictability isn't emotional. It's a signal that something isn't quite right, and that alone is enough to trigger a reaction. Not because your cat is overthinking, but because it's wired to notice it. And when that happens, your cat reacts immediately. But here's the part most people misunderstand. Fifth, why your cat comes closer. You think your cat is being affectionate, but that's not what's happening. That moment when it suddenly comes closer, rubs against you, sniffs you, and keeps looking at your face, that's not comfort. It's an investigation. Your cat is trying to figure out what just changed, whether you're the same or not, because something didn't match a second ago, and now it's trying to confirm it. It's not relaxing, it's analyzing, watching your movement, your breathing, your response, trying to make sense of you again. They're not relaxing, they're figuring you out, and once that happens, something else gets triggered. Sixth, trust drops for a second. You think nothing really changed, but it did. In that moment, your cat trusts you just a little less, just enough to make them pause. Not in a big way, not permanently, but enough, because cats trust consistency. They trust what feels the same. And when something shifts, they become cautious. They watch more closely, slow down, and try to figure you out again. It's subtle, but it's real. And here's the important part. This isn't about lying at all. It's about a mismatch. Something didn't line up, and your cat noticed. 7, it was never about lies. You think your cat knows you're lying, but it doesn't. It doesn't understand lie, truth, honesty, or your intentions. None of that matters to it. What it notices is something else. A small mismatch, a slight inconsistency, the way you sound, the way you move, the way you respond. Something is off, and that's what triggers everything. Not the lie itself, but the difference. Because for your cat, consistency is what feels safe. And for a moment, you broke that pattern. The moment that happens, it reacts, not to what you meant, but to what changed. They don't know the lie. They just know something feels off. And that's why this feels so strange. Because you think you're being understood, but you're actually being read. 8, why it feels like your cat knows everything. You think your cat can read your mind, but it can't. It just reads your pattern better than you do, and without even trying. All those small changes, your tone, your movement, your energy, you ignore them, but your cat doesn't. It depends on them to make sense of you. So when something shifts, it catches it instantly, and that's why it feels so accurate. Almost like it knows everything, almost like it's psychic. But your cat isn't guessing. It's noticing what you miss, and once you see that, you don't see your cat the same way anymore. 9, you've been the unpredictable one. You think your cat is unpredictable, but it's not. You are. Those small changes, those moments where something doesn't match, are coming from you and your cat. It's reacting to it, trying to make sense of it, trying to read you again. Once you see that, everything starts to click. You were never reading your cat wrong. You were missing what it was reacting to. Watch your cat next time. You won't be able to unsee it. 10. The moment your cat tests you, you think your cat is just reacting, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's checking you right after something feels off. Your cat doesn't always back away. Instead, it comes closer, but more carefully than usual. It might stop halfway, stand still, and just watch, not moving, waiting for your next move. Because for your cat, this moment mattered. It decides what happens next. Will you go back to normal, or will something still feel off? Your cat is paying close attention to that. If you act like yourself again, it relaxes. But if something still doesn't match, it notices. And that's when it pulls back, becomes more alert, and keeps its distance. Not because it's upset, but because it's unsure. It's not just reacting, it's waiting to see what you do next. And most people miss this moment completely. 11. The biggest mistake owners make. You think ignoring it fixes everything, but it doesn't. It actually makes it worse. When your cat reacts, most people do one of three things. They ignore it and pretend nothing happened. They force affection by picking the cat up or petting it to fix the moment. Or they overcorrect by acting too normal, too quickly, like nothing ever changed. But your cat sees right through that, because something still feels off. And when it feels off, your cat stays unsure. It keeps watching, trying to figure you out again, keeping a little distant. Not because it doesn't like you, but because it doesn't fully trust what it's seeing. So what actually works? Not forcing anything, not pretending, just returning to consistency. Move the way you normally move, speak the way you normally speak, and let yourself settle back into what your cat recognizes. When that happens, your cat relaxes with you. The way you respond next decides how your cat sees you. And this is where it gets even more interesting. Why some cats react more than others. You might think all cats react the same way, but they don't. Some cats notice far more than others. And that's why this feels stronger for some people. Sensitive cats react instantly. The moment something shifts, they lock in. They stop, stare longer, and track every little change, almost like nothing gets past them. Then there are more relaxed cats. They still notice, just less intensely. They might not stare as much, but they still feel when something's off. They're just not as reactive. That difference comes from a few things. Your environment, whether your home is calm or constantly changing, your bond, how closely your cat pays attention to you, and your cat's personality. Some are naturally more alert, while others are more easygoing. So if your cat reacts strongly, it's not weird. It just means it's more tuned in. Some cats are basically watching everything you do. And once you understand that, all of this starts to click.